Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. Let's have this conversation. Ron Johnson from Wisconsin went publicly and was like, I'm going to do everything I can to stall this relief bill. I'm going to do everything I can to ensure Americans don't get the relief they need, to ensure that states aren't funded, to ensure the vaccine programs aren't funded, to ensure that hospitals don't have PPE. I'm going to do everything I can to just stick it to as many Americans as possible. And I'm going to delay this relief bill for as long as I can. So he made this asinine attempt to have the bill read on the floor for, the whole 700 and some odd pages of it. It's between 600 and 700. I'd have to look. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still reading through it, but I think it's between like 600 and 700 pages. But trying to have this bill read across the floor, it took like 10 hours, and it was meant to stall, and then they were allowed to have like 20 hours of debate. But Ron Johnson didn't see it coming, and what happened next was absolutely hilarious. While the bill was being read, all the Democrats stayed in their seats, Republicans trickled out, and Ron Johnson had to stay. He was the last person in the morning for the Republicans to leave. And they voted to take it from a 20-hour debate to a 3-hour debate. And there wasn't a single Republican left to vote against that amendment, that decision. So his tactic to try and stall a bill to make it look like Biden wasn't getting the job done, and that is exactly what that plan was. Let me explain something to you. There are plenty of people that are pissed that it hasn't come out yet, and Republicans have been like, well, where's the relief bill? Well, you won't vote for it, for one, and two, you try and stall tactics like this. This was a political maneuver to try and stall the bill to make it look like Republicans weren't doing, or Democrats weren't doing their job, because they're already looking to the 2022 election. So, just want to give you that heads up. But it failed miserably, because the second they were done reading the bill, he's like, pieces, deuce, bounce. And he did not see that coming, and they voted to knock it down in time frame so that they couldn't pull this. They also tried to pull in the Votorama a bunch of amendments that were stupid, but that is not the point. I think it's incredibly, incredibly sad that Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, and this isn't his first political stunt, by the way, was so determined to keep Americans from getting what they need in the middle of a pandemic to gain political points for the 2022 election. That's all Republicans are these days, and it's really ticking me off, and we're going to continue to call them out on this. Wait until I get to McCarthy in just a little bit. I will see you guys later.